Hello and welcome back to our Lenten Paeans, day 41 of 40. Yes, we are continuing on in the Gospel of John, chapter 12, to read a few more verses and see where it takes us. So starting at verse 23, Jesus replied, "The hour has come for the Son of Man to be glorified. Very truly I tell you, unless a kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. Anyone who loves their life will lose it, while anyone who hates their life in this world will keep it for eternal life. Whoever serves me must follow me, and where I am, my servant also will be. My Father will honor the one who serves me. Now my soul is troubled, and what shall I say? Father, save me from this hour? No, it was for this very reason I came to this hour. Father, glorify your name." Then a voice came from heaven, "I have glorified it and will glorify it again." The crowd that was there and heard it said it had thundered. Others said an angel had spoken to him. Jesus said, "This voice was for your benefit, not mine. Now in the time for judgment on this world, now the prince of this world will be driven out. And I, when I am lifted up from the earth, will draw all people to myself." He said this to show the kind of death he was going to die. The crowd spoke up, "We have heard from the law that the Messiah will remain forever. How can you say the Son of Man will be lifted up? Who is this Son of Man?" I can't understand how these guys would take this. It just sort of blows your mind. We, having known all of this, can look back on it and say, yeah, I do understand. But at the time, the people around him listening to what he's saying, just a bit mind-blowing.
It's interesting when some of the sort of the TV adaptations of these stories being told, some of the really good ones, you can always see the anguish in Jesus's face of, I can't make you understand, but I know you will. And that must have been so difficult to know and not be able to tell them, and not be able to really fully explain it, and to see their distress at not really understanding it.
There's so many points, isn't there, in the Bible when you read through, and you sort of get that sense Jesus is getting frustrated because he just wants to make them understand, and he physically can't at that time, no matter how hard he's trying with all the different sort of explanations he's given.
Yes, and the reading yesterday when he was coming in riding on the colt of donkey, he must have known that the people didn't quite understand, and the disciples said that as much as well. We didn't understand at the time, but we do now.
And even to the point of after his death and resurrection, you've still got Thomas who still can't fully understand, can't quite fully believe it yet. I suppose that resonates with grief for a lot of people, actually. I can't quite come to terms with that just yet, and I need to journey through that. And I very much felt that with the disciples at that point.
I find that very last sort of bit very interesting, where they just say, "Who is this Son of Man?" You know, and I think a lot of people ask that, and that's a big question for a lot of people. Who is this Son of Man? If you're not familiar with the Bible, or or having learned about Jesus, that's probably quite a big question.
Yes.
That lots of people have. And even these people who had followed him around, who knew about him, are still asking that question. They're still not sure.
Yeah. They've been through it. They've heard him. They've seen how the crowd was joyous about him coming in, and yet they still can't quite get their heads around it. I'm just so thankful that I've got a book and I can read about it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They didn't.
No, they lived it.
Yeah.
They lived and breathed it.
Well, on that note, we shall wind this session up. We'll have 2 more sessions, so there'll be 43 in total. Thank you once again, Charlotte and Greg, for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank you all for joining us online. And God bless, and we'll see you on the next one. We hope and pray these sessions will give you something positive to see and look forward to, something you may wish to share with others. Please do. You can see this series unfold on our YouTube channel at St. Felix, Rendlesham, and by visiting our church website, rendleshamchurch.org. Should you wish to contact us, please do so by email on info@rendleshamchurch.org. God bless, and we'll see you in the next video.